This week, we are discussing the significance of gaming in the crypto industry. I'm joined now by Jeffrey Zirlin, the co-founder of Sky Mavis. Welcome to the show, Jeffrey.
Hey, thanks for having me, Isaiah.
Yes, glad to have you here. And Jeff, let us know a little bit about your background and how you got on the path to starting Sky Mavis.
Sure. So Sky Mavis, we're the creators or the inventors of a game called Axie Infinity. It's currently the #1 NFT project by volume and users. Axie is kind of like a cute game. You can collect and battle these pets. The special sauce is that we use blockchain to give our players the ability to kind of freely trade and sell their game assets. So me, I'm a lifelong gamer. I'm a lifelong collector. I found out about NFTs in 2017. I was fascinated and decided that I really wanted to start building in the space. And yeah, I found Axie when it was I actually found it as a community member. It was started by two Vietnamese founders. I found it as a community member. I started helping out, and my kind of level of involvement kind of snowballed from there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you said you were a gamer. If you would, let us know what games you were playing before and why you transitioned to sort of the blockchain gaming space. What were some of your favorites?
Yeah, so I grew up. Yeah, sure. So I grew up playing games like StarCraft, Diablo, and that's actually what I used the internet for as a child, right? Like there wasn't much else. So that's actually how I was introduced to the internet. I played World of Warcraft like quite competitively, and I was always trying to figure out how to monetize my time in game. Always running into obstacles where my account was getting banned, or I was getting scammed because there was no trustless way to basically do it. So I think maybe those early experiences, prepared me so that when I learned about NFTs and how they could change the way games were being created and being played, I think I just immediately recognized it as something that was interesting.
And you said something very interesting there. You said as a kid, you discovered the internet because of gaming. And I've argued that gaming will do the same thing for crypto. A lot of kids will discover it because of gaming. How do you think that's going to play out as far as the demographics? Do you think it'll be mostly kids? Or how are the demographics now? What do you think?
Yeah, so 40% of our users are between 18 to 24. So it's definitely, quite a young audience. And I think what we're seeing is gaming's massive potential to be a Trojan horse for crypto adoption. So for our game, our players have created 700,000 wallets. There's $300 million deposited on these wallets. 24% of our users don't have bank accounts. We're figuring out a way to basically get crypto in the hands of people that this industry has always said that they wanted to help, right? People who lack basic access to financial services.
Mm-hmm. And who do you think benefits the most in that demographic? Who do you think it's the kids learning, or do you think it's adults able to earn an income playing games?
I think it's a combination. I think, in the long run, people right now, our players, they're really, they play primarily to have fun, but also, there's this ability to earn a little extra side income. I think long term, a lot of people are going to see that a lot of the most important value that they got from our ecosystem was learning about crypto, becoming interested in crypto for the first time. About 50% of our users are totally new to crypto. And Axie is their first experience with crypto. 70% of our users are also totally new to NFTs.
Oh man. And it's like you said, a Trojan horse. I'm glad you used that term. That's often thrown around in the Bitcoin world. Trojan horse for the financial system, but the gaming really is a Trojan horse for learning. You don't even realize you're learning sometimes just playing a game. And I'm glad that Axie Infinity has introduced that. And if you could break down a little bit more the NFT side of Axie Infinity, how can these NFTs be purchased and sold using your platform?
Sure. So Axies are pets. You might think of them as similar to Pokemon or Tamagotchi. So you can battle them. In order to start playing, you need 3 of these Axies. Axies are NFTs, or unique digital tokens. In order to start playing, you actually buy them. And actually, when you buy an Axie, that's always a peer-to-peer transaction. So yeah, you can while playing the game, you can earn different ERC20 tokens. So some of those are native to our ecosystem, right? They might have demand, right? There's a potion that you can earn, which is used to breed Axies, right? So there's value because sometimes people don't have time to play the game. They just, they want to have fun by breeding, making like really cute pets. And so they're buying them. When they're buying those resources, they're not buying them from us, the game developers. They're buying them in a peer-to-peer transaction. So this creates basically a market price for those in-game resources. I think this is how a lot of games are going to work in the future. Axie is just the first to kind of invent this model and bring it to hundreds of thousands of people. I think that's why people are finding out about us right now. So yeah, this kind of basically, some of the basic notable mechanics, right? So each Axie, they're unique tokens. We have our own NFT marketplace. It's been doing between $15 to $30 million per day over the last couple of weeks. I think it did $400 million in the last month. So there's crazy amounts of value coming through this digital economy, right? We don't just see Axie as a game. We see it as an economy where there's a very complex and tight-knit social network of gamers who are meeting each other, learning about this new technology, having a lot of fun. Also, right, there's a lot of like social signaling, right? There are certain really rare Axies, and owning one might get you kind of into different circles, right? Or secret circles, secret societies. So there are a lot of like awesome kind of complex factors at work here.
Oh yeah, and can you create your own Axies from scratch, or is it more of just from the marketplace based on a set amount, or just on what people are selling?
Yeah, so when you first want to join the ecosystem, you can either buy 3 Axies, or you can borrow Axies from people who might have more than they can play with. So that there's a system called a scholarship where Axies are quite expensive. So there are some people who will lend their Axies out, and they'll basically lend them out, and the scholar, the person borrowing the Axies, agrees to share a certain amount of the in-game resources or tokens that they earn while playing the game with the original owner of the Axies. There are amazing stories where this is basically opening up a lot of opportunity for people in places like the Philippines, Indonesia, places that have been really hard hit by the COVID pandemic. And there are even organizations that have been built specifically to do this, where they'll acquire a lot of Axies and then make them available to people. And it's kind of a win-win situation.